hard, man. Sometimes you just gotta trust you know where you're going, man. Have the willingness to see yourself through it, you know what I mean? It get rough. And all I do is walk by faith, walk by faith, walk by faith. Your boy, man.
Come on in.
Seem like all I do is work. Can't keep my head above water, though. These bills raising like waves, and I just wanna float. My girl looking at me like, call your phone. And they ain't got it, can't hide it, ain't right. No whip, no license. Mom just lost her place, too. And I'm yelling up to heaven like, hey, Zeus. Don't you see me down here paying dues? Don't you see me down here making moves? You said make one and I see the two, but I don't. Know one day that I will. And if I stop, then I won't. So guess now it's just chill and wait on him. The devil trying to stop me. Haters wanna watch me.
Come on in.
I stand tall.
Grand Rising.
I'm grinding.
You are watching Magick TV. I am 7, the Alchemist.
Until then.
You understand? Here's where we talk about love. We talk about law. We talk about all things. There's nothing that's off the table. You understand? Here's what we say. All things. Here's what we say. Life is easy. We make it hard. Come on. Y'all know what to do when you get hit. The love button, hit the share button, let somebody know the Alchemist is in the building. Come on in here. We are talking this morning. I'm going to tell y'all something. Peace. Come on in here. You know what to do? Hit the love button, hit the share button. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. I told you we going deeper. We going deeper. A lot of us put more energy and more focus into our rituals, into our spiritual rituals, than we do the raising of our children. Some of us put a little more emphasis on the weight of life and how to make it out of it than we do in enjoying our children. The magic of being a parent. I'm gonna tell you, this one right here is gonna really gonna get y'all, because most of my viewers have kids. Most of y'all have children. And I think that a lot of times what we're shown is how we are, right? Like we see examples and we think we're supposed to follow certain examples to have a particular way of life. And then we leave these things out and we don't see no different, right? Like, wait a minute, this shit's still crazy. I talk to parents all the time in counseling, and they're talking about how hard to deal with their children are, or how they're having a hard time with this and how they're having a hard time with that. Number one, I'm going to start by saying this. Your children are a reflection of you. They are you. That DNA, that thing called DNA, man, listen, you can have all the faith you want. You can believe in whatever you want. But that's science, man. It's see, the thing with science is that these are proven theories. You understand? And so the universe blesses us to have children so that we can deliver ourselves to the destination in which we already had planned. Why do you say that, Seven? Here's why. And a lot of y'all can attest to this. As you're growing up as a child yourself, you have many ideas as to what you want in life. This is what starts us on these paths, right? If you decide, hey, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a dentist, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be, you know what I'm saying, a mechanic, whatever the case may be, a lot of those practices, a lot of that passion starts at a very young age. You understand? So as you're growing up, you're observing your friends, you're observing adults, you're observing, right? All these things. You grow into this adult. And this thing called life starts to happen. Okay? Watch this. For a lot of us, For a lot of us, some of us, there's an exception to the rule. But for a lot of us, we got pregnant. And all of a sudden, all the excellence we forgot ourselves to be started to resurface. Now, if that applied to you, hit the love button. What you got pregnant, whether you was the one that got pregnant or you participated in the pregnancy of the, you understand what I'm saying? Something happened. Something happened the moment you found out you was pregnant up until you gave birth. And that was a remembrance. You started to remember how amazing, how excellent. You started to come up with all of these ideas of grandeur, right? And when that baby came out, you know what it did? It held you to all of it. Now, what happened as time went on were your choices. But see, the universe gave you such a reboot. From a spiritual and mental aspect, you had to be the one to act it out. Now watch this. Depending on how much joy. See, these children didn't ask to. Now, there's a theory. There's a theory. Some people say children didn't ask to come into this world, but I kind of think differently. You understand? You know what I mean? However, we're going to go with the children didn't ask to be here. We're going to go with that one because y'all hear that one a lot. All right. The children didn't ask to be here. But when they were delivered unto you, the parental part of that was protecting and guidance. How can you give a child something you don't have? You understand? So once you learned, okay, I'm about to have a child, a lot of us started to go back into that memories. Remember, we started going. So then we started the self-help books. We started reading parental books. We started reading family books. We started reading all these things. We started asking people how to do this and how to do that. How can I provide? How can I do these things, right? But then, y'all, I'm going to tell you what happens. You start making friends who have children. See, all of your friends that didn't have kids now, you can't relate to them no more. You understand? You can't relate because you waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning. They sleep. You try to call Shamika if you want to for that support. I don't think so. You understand? You might need to wait until about 9:30, 11 o'clock. You understand? So now you start to try to find those who are in your same, circumstantial bracket, right? And now those are parents. What happens when you call Shamika? You know what I'm saying? At 8 o'clock in the morning on your way to daycare, or 7:30 in the morning on your way to daycare. This is what they sound like. Girl, little boo-boo, little TT, they getting on my nerves, girl. They just running me crazy. I can't believe, and then there's traffic, and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. And they in the back seat. And little boo-boo and little TT is hearing how difficult they are making mommy and daddy's life. Little boo-boo and little TT, they're observing how difficult they're making your life. Because you make it a point to let them know periodically throughout the day. If it weren't for you, I'd be doing some different shit. I've heard it. Now that I have the girls with me full time, guess what? My circle, even though, I got that over there, I'm adding to my village. Now I'm adding parents to my village, people who have children. Why? Because I got kids. I need to be able to, hey, let's do a play date. Let's do this. Let's do that. And I'm observing behavior of parents. And I'm just like, whoa, man. Now, I'm not new to parental shit. I mean, I was married. My kids lived in the house with me. I found joy. We do morning parties and all of that. But this single parent life thing has been communicated and illustrated as one of such disdainment and such turmoil and such just unjoyfulness. And I'm in this lane and I'm in this role and I'm thinking to myself, how? Because I see the joy on these children's faces when I do some magic, or when I show them a trick, or when I do something and I do this and I teach them something and I do this and I do that. How are you not having joy? When the homework come and all of this, it can seem a lot. It do. But then the remembrance comes. And I remember that I asked for this. I remember that my greatness has now been, you understand, expounded upon. It's been added to. The more conscious, the more educated, it spreads. These children, being a reflection of you, being you in a smaller body, are now communicating with other smaller bodies. This intellect and ideology that you're pumping into their bodies are now being, you understand, communicated, and not by you. Do you understand the magic? What you're teaching them and how you teach it to them shows up later in their life for the wins. Who do you think is the beneficiary of that? You are. I was taking the kids to school today. I was taking the girls to school today. And see, the work of your hands make preparation. This is your legacy. We talk about legacy, and then we curse out our kids, and you know what I'm saying? Like we go to work and we talk about, we be like, hey, Tamika, why you go to work? I gotta build a legacy. And then you come home and chop them up. You come home and they can't do no right. You come home and all you doing is yelling at them. You come home and every answer is no. I don't really tell my children no. So that means you say yes to them, 7, all the time? No, that's not what that means. I find a different way to steer them where I want them to go. You know what I mean? Because what they want, I consider. But come on, man. We talking about 8-year-old and 4-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Daddy, can I have some candy? How about some yogurt? You know what I mean? How about a fruit cup? But I really want candy. I hear you. I understand. But how about some cereal? Now, a lot of reasons the magic is dying down. See, you got to understand. If we're exhausted, if whatever it is that robs us of our energy, it robs us of our magic. So if you're allowing these little beings to steal your energy, they're stealing your magic. And you're not even teaching it to them. You bigger. You are the one that's supposed to have the wherewithal to decide how much energy you're going to give them. And see, I couldn't say all of this stuff before now, even though it was true, because I would get people going, oh, but what about you, 7? You don't understand. You ain't got, you. Well, now what? I call these women, the kids is, you know what I'm saying? It's 9, 10, 11 o'clock. Kids still running around. They ain't even 10 o'clock. They ain't even 10 years old, 9 years old. They ain't even 8 years old. And when I talk to this woman, she's exhausted. She don't know her right from her left. She has no energy to create. You understand? We have to do these things for forward progress. We can't just get complacent because circumstances has arisen. We are the practitioners of this magic. You understand? We are the practitioners. And it starts at home, right? So if you can't govern, you understand? If you don't have enough influence. Now, there are the wayward children. Like I said, there's exceptions to the rule because, of course, you are a co-creator. I get that. I understand. However, life is about 10% of what happens and 90% of how we respond to it. And the way you raise your children, it amplifies your magic. Why? Because, see, As human beings, we do a lot of things for acceptance. I don't care what you say. You know what I mean? It's embedded in us. We want to be accepted. Well, when you got children, man, they're the first line of defense in reference to being your cheerleader. You understand? When I wake up in the morning, I got two little cheerleaders. Because I'm so amazing at what I do as an adult, my children are in awe. When we go out and adults see me, they be like, hey, that's Seven. Hey, blah, blah, blah. And my kids are right there. They're like, oh my God, my daddy's a superstar. I might not be, but they don't know that. You know what I'm saying? The work of your hands are making room for your children. And they amp you up. They be like, yo, oh my God, you're amazing, Dad. Wow. You're like, man, you think that? Yeah, you're amazing. Watch me do this. You know what I'm saying? And they honest minds. See, y'all be trying to shut down the minds. My kids, they honest with me. They walk up on me. They pinch my stomach. They're like, Daddy, you're getting fat. Oh, shit. Man, I got my ass back in the gym. You understand? Because they women. They girls. So if these little girls can see that I'm fat, then grown women can see that I'm fat. You understand? They keeping me in check. And then they hold you to your word. You understand? If you say, hey, when we come in the house, the first thing we do is take off our shoes and wash our hands. And then you start getting comfortable. Now you bringing them in the house, you walking all through the house with shoes on, you ain't even wash your hands. They watching. See, when they was 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, they was telling you about yourself. It was like, hey, you ain't wash your hands, Daddy. You ain't wash your hands, Mama. But see, you tried to tell them this. Girl, go ahead with yourself. Hey, boy, go on in the room. Stay out of grown folk business. They was holding you accountable. Now, you done got comfortable not being accountable. And they got comfortable not holding you accountable. You understand? This is learned behavior. It's learned behavior. So now that they're holding me accountable, I'm like, yo, I got to stay on my ding. Because if I'm asking them to go to school and make good grades, if I'm asking them to go to school and be amazing, then how can I be out here not being amazing? How can I give them a non-amazing parent if I'm asking them to be amazing children? The magic of being a parent. This is an amazing experience. I don't care what age your children are at now. If you missed it while they were growing up and they were 10 and 12 and 13, okay, now they 14 and 15. They need to see something different. Then let me say this. A lot of people be like, yes, having the children first. Nope. Nope. That's not how I think. If I put my children first, do you understand I'd never get work done? They want to play all day. If I put my children first, because see, we got to be careful what we say. We got to be careful what we say. A lot of us are losing ourselves trying to make little people happy. That's not necessarily your job. And we can forget this in this day and age. Why? We tell them to go turn the TV on, and now here's YouTube, and now parents are playing with kids all day. That's not your job. Your job is not to be playing with your kids all day. And I'm sorry that nobody told you this before you turned this live on. Stop feeling guilty that you're not playing with your kids all day. Stop feeling guilty about that. That's not your job. Your job is to provide a place, a safe haven for them to take their ass in the room and go play. Hey, I ain't got you in here playing with no sticks and no cardboard boxes that you ain't want to play with. You understand? We ain't had to go to Walmart. Be like, hey, bro, can you go in the back and get me one of them boxes? My kid need to play with some shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't do that to you. So let me focus on what it is that I do that provides such a living for you. And your children will start to understand that. This is learned behavior, the magic of being a parent. Now that you've created these safe spaces, now that you've created these boundaries. See, we out here creating boundaries with adults, and we forgot we got to create boundaries with our children. We have to. Why? Because if we don't, then we don't have no space for us. You gotta have time for you. And it starts in the rising. If you in there kicking the door in, hey, yo, boo-boo little tizzy, wake up. It's time to go to school. Come on, man. Do you want to be woken up like that? That's not pleasurable. That's not a successful way of arising. You know what I'm saying? After you done traveled through celestial space for hours, them hours is like eons in that space. They dancing with candy canes and gumdrops, you know what I'm saying? And you just snatched them out of the universe. You got to understand the way they wake up is gonna continue their energy throughout the day. I put meditational music on before I even go in the room to wake them up. It's a gradual increase in volume. Because the first part of that meditational music is for me. I meditate and get my mind right before I even go in there and address their souls. You understand? The magic of being a parent. This holding you accountable to self. You got to think about self first. It can't be them first. I spend time with self first. I get this right first. I get all this first. Then I go in there. You understand? I go in there and I start rubbing on them. Grand Rising Princesses, welcome back. You understand? Imagine if somebody woke you up like that. Grand Rising Queen, welcome back. Grand Rising King, welcome back. Man, you would wake up with a sense of just, ooh, I can't wait to get to it. And I silence them. Because what they want to do when they first wake up, they want to flip, they want to do cartwheels. Hey, wait, because they my kids. I don't know about your kids. Your kids might wake up wanting to read a book. My kids, they wake up wanting to take over. They just rambunctious. You know what I'm saying? So, look, we go meditate. Let's get your mind right. In that meditation, I'm guiding them through it. I want you to think about all the things you desire for your day. We are now teaching our children to desire things, not just accept them. And what is that doing to you? It's teaching you. It's reminding you. Hey, daddy. Hey, mama, don't forget to desire some shit today. Because you apparently forgot, you know what I'm saying, to desire something from each one of your days. What is it that you desire? And it could be as much as you want. We forgot that. But as you're teaching this greatness to your children, it bounces right back to you. Now that we've meditated and they're going through breakfast time, now I break that meditation and I put on some upbeat music. Why? Because now it's time to get out the house. Now, you understand? Now we're controlling the vibration. We controlling the vibration. Now it's time to get out the house. So now they bouncing. It's called the morning party. They dancing around, go brush your teeth, go get the vitamins. You know what I'm saying? They already dressed. Now it's the car ride. These are rituals, you understand, that continue with them through life. Now it's the car ride. If all the way through to school, you cursing out every car, you know what I'm saying? Now you just went through a whole meditation. We just went through the whole morning party. Now you go muff it up with, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The vulgarness and all the anger and anticipation of getting them to school and all that. No, make the ride joyful. Do you understand? I got a set of songs. We sing the same 5 songs every morning. One of those songs is this one. Do it all. I stand tall like 9 feet, so now I'm grinding. Until then, I walk by faith. I teach my children to believe in themselves and walk in that belief. And on the way to school, man, these 2 little girls is in the back seat singing my song. If I ever wanted to stop making music now, I cannot. I see the effect that it's having, not just on, I can't see the effect that it had on you. You might have turned my song on and got in the shower. I couldn't see that unless you called me now, depending on what the relationship like, you know what I'm saying? But I can see how it affects these individuals. And it's giving them joy, and it's giving them confidence. I'm like, whoa, is this what my music is doing to people? Oh, I'm about to write a song tonight. The magic of being a parent. Heard God work in his own time. Mama used to say it, but I'm grown now, so it got a different meaning to it. Have faith, got a different meaning to it. Have faith, mean do it. Knowing it's work, just squeeze through it. Knowing it's a challenge, just keep to it. I beast through it, no leash to it. Just watch how, no watch how, just watch how I reach for it. Coming in hot, y'all keep snoring. Devil trying to stop me. Haters wanna watch me. Through it all, I stand tall like 9 feet so 9. This is how they going to school. Don't worry about them haters, y'all. Stand tall. Rise above all that you dealing with. And I teach them these things, and I talk to them, and they value it. You can't just ask them to be a good person without giving them what that look like. And we can't ask them to be something that we not. The magic of being a parent. That seed, that's a gift. It's a gift to your family. It's a gift to remind you how amazing you all are together. Because without it, they wouldn't exist. You understand? When you think about your children, you should be thinking about your mate. If y'all not together no more, okay, I get that. But you can still send well wishes. This is the co-creator of your kids, yo. The more protection that you grant over them, the more protection they'll have. And how can they be protected? How can they have that much protection without asking for protection of the co-creator? See, the magic of being a parent. This is rising us above even the pettiness. If we want the best for our children. Now throughout the day, they got them songs playing in their mind. And you know, kids, they remembering songs. They singing it. Now comes the pickup. Now comes the pickup. How you picking them up? Are you picking them up in frustration or are you picking them up in anticipation? Because I'm ready to hear about all the greatness you just went through in your day. And as we travel through the night, giving them an experience. And as we lay them to rest, reminding them of how amazing they are. This is called programming. Everybody else is trying to do it to them. Everybody else is trying to program your child. Everyone, no matter the age. Even if they in their 20s. The matrix never goes to sleep. It is always programming. So even if you have adult children, there's things that they need from you now still. And it's still making us better people. Magic is not just about lighting a candle. Magic is not just about, you know what I'm saying, spells and rituals. Magic is not just about planetary alignment. Magic is not just about, you know what I'm saying, what you eating. Magic is not about what you reading. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of it. But how can you stand tall in the world of destruction, you know what I'm saying, without admiration and reverence for what you have created? It's your creation. And it's a creation that will continue to create in your name. Listen, you want to understand what worship is like? Then continue working on being a great parent. Because our children worship us. They worship us, y'all. Just like saints in Christianity and Muslims in Islam. But just because they worship you doesn't make the worship honorable. Come on now. I'm trying to give y'all something. See, if this conversation was about something else, the numbers, see, I don't concern myself with the numbers. This is the truest shit. Call your child today. Reach out to your children today if they grown. Let them know how much you love them, how proud of them you are. No matter what decisions they're making, find something to be proud about. Some are not steered by, demand. Some are steered by encouragement. Some are not steered by encouragement. Some are steered by carrots. You understand? Some of us would never go to work if we didn't get paid. Some of us would do whatever we doing for work, even if we didn't get a dime. Some of us take the time to seek healing. Some of us take the time to, expound upon those ideas. That business that been floating around in your mind. See, your children are just like you. Did you act on it? Or did you just let it fester and annoy you? Whatever you did, big chance that's how they doing it. You want them to change, you change. And this is how this works. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm so thankful for my children, man. I'm so thankful, y'all. I find so much joy and pleasure in being a parent. You know what I'm saying? I'm so thankful, to my ex for, knowing what was in divine alignment and bringing them to me. You know what I'm saying? I said, bring me the girls, yo. I got it. You go take a rest. Go take a time out. You know what I mean? You've put work in. I got this. They good. You know what I mean? You got to know when you need a break. And you got to understand that those are not your children. They're not yours. They don't belong to you no more. They never did. You were just a gateway. You were chosen to protect and guide. You know what I'm saying? And if you think anything other than that, then you're keeping them from greatness. You understand? I send blessings, when I'm doing my spirit baths, yo, I ask for blessings over all my children's mothers, yo. Bless them. Bless them, yo, because why not? You know what I mean? Just because we not together no more, just because I don't want you, you know what I mean? Don't mean that I don't want you safe. Why would I want my children to see demise come to their co-creator? Why do you want demise to come to their co-creator? All of it affects the vibration in which we're trying to create from, y'all. If you're allowing that co-creator to affect your vibration, you looking at these children and you're getting angry because they look like the co-creator. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking up your vibration, man. It's fucking up your vibration, bruh. And you might not even be able to see it, like the radio waves in the air. You turn on the TV, you ain't even caring how you get in the picture. You don't even understand the technology that was created. That you don't even understand the time that was spent to give you comfort. But without it working by design, you'd be frustrated. How many times you got frustrated when your phone, you know what I'm saying, was spotty in certain areas? It was choppy. It was, you know what I'm saying? Dead zones. But we ain't have cell phones 30 years ago. So people wasn't walking around complaining. Same thing with your children, yo. Stop complaining about your kids. Stop complaining about them. Create boundaries. Create resolve. Create action that changes your circumstances, that gives you the joy of parenthood, and watch how other things in your life start to take shape. You understand? The reason why a lot of men, went through hell, in those times when men were leaving their children, not their family, their children, not their wife, their children, when they were abandoning their children, what you saw was a period of 4 to 7 years of just horrible circumstances. If you think about it, 4 to 7 years of horrible circumstances. They ain't had no furniture in their house, lost their crib, car got repoed, you know what I'm saying, lost their job, you know what I mean, broke it in you taking care of the kids, you got more money than he do. Why? Because when we separate ourselves from our creation, yo, we got to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? When we create separation of that learning, when we create separation of protection, when we create separation, you know what I mean, of culture from our co-creation, we lose a certain percentage of protection within ourselves or for ourselves. Something so simple. And I told y'all we was going to turn it up. You might not get 30 videos in a month, but the videos that you get, the things that we talk about, this is going to take you to a whole different plateau, because we should have already been at a certain place now. Now, we talking about some things that's slipping through cracks. Something that's so mundane. You know what I mean? We won't even think about it. But now that we know, and we start putting these different practices into effect, watch how it shifts the vibration. Watch. And I want y'all to give me the feedback. Peace, Queen. I want y'all to give me the feedback. Let me know some different things that you've tried, you know what I mean, as a parent after this video that you now see is you know what I mean, adding an increase to your personal practice and your personal magic. I love y'all. This is why I say life is easy. We make it hard. You understand? As above, so below, may all things be balanced and well alignment. Dua, dua, as I send love and blessings to each of you. You know what I mean? Peace to man, woman, and child, all things walk the earth. You have been watching Magic Up TV. I am 7, the Alchemist. Share the video.